Let's start with the Rails installation now. So for that, I think you already have access to this GitHub link. It's a public repository, so all of you might have gone through it. If not, please go through it. It's all have the sessions code as well, and below there is a documentation from the Rails installation. So you can just proceed one by one. So it's mentioned that open the PowerShell in administration mode. So I will just open PowerShell and run it in administration mode. Yeah. Then I will go to the Ruby folder, which is installed in my C drive. So I will go back. Sorry. And I will go inside the Ruby. It's not mandatory to go to this particular folder, but yeah, I just want to make sure that everything is I'm showing from the scratch. So what I do is you should replicate that. So I go to the Ruby installation folder, then I will use gem to install Rails, and I'm installing the older version of Rails, which is 7.1.3.4. And this is because the latest version is giving some problem with the SQLite versioning, and even I have tried with the MySQL. So there is some mismatch of the version, and I was not able to run the server after creating the app. So till app creation it was running fine, but for the server running the server it was showing some error. So for right now, just use Rails 7.1.3.4 version. I'm just copied that and I will say run. It will take definitely some time, so just be calm. Don't close this window, don't stop the things in between. You can see here it's not started yet, but be patient. It will definitely take some time. And normally for in my laptop, where the configuration is pretty high, it's 16 GB RAM with a 500 SSD hard disk. So here it's normally take 5 to 10 minutes. So if you have a lesser configuration, then it's take longer time. So yeah, you can see the Rails installation is done now, and I say Rails -v for checking the version. I think I've just used capital V. I should use a small v. So yeah, you can see that the Rails 7.1.3.4 has been installed on this machine. Now what it says is just go to the package workspace wherever you want to create this. So for simplicity, what I'm doing is I'm going to D drive and I'm creating a workspace here. Okay, and I will go to my, so for going to the D drive, you just press D colon and workspace. So I'm into a new workspace, and here I want to create something called student registration app. And if you are planning to build some mini project or finally a project, you can just give the name here. New is the keyword for creating the new app. I'm using MySQL SQLite as a database. So -d stand for database. So if you are planning to use SQL MySQL, you can just mention over here MySQL. I don't want to commit this thing in the Git, so I'm just ignoring the Git files right now. So skipping the Git. So this is basically optional for you. You can keep it if you want to push it on the GitHub. Basically, you are trying to build something for the longer run, then you should not enter this, okay, because it won't generate any git ignore files and git related file. So just I copied this and I say paste, and then it started creating the student registration app. So here you can see this folder has been created. Now it's creating everything over here. So let's wait for this. I think this will definitely take 2 to 5 minutes. So just hold for a minute, and you can just go and grab a cup of coffee if you want. It will take time. So meanwhile, I will just also take a break. I will have my coffee. Meanwhile, it's getting installed. I'm pausing this video for right now. It's still stalling, guys. So just wait and watch. It's still stalling everything. Nothing has been failed, so you are good. Just wait for the things to be get completed. There is another easier way to make this app running on your local. I will tell you that thing after this, the entire process, because I just want to make sure that every one of you go through this process. This is very important. In future, you may choose Ruby on Rails for developing your mini project or final year project. It's a cool framework, and the development is pretty fast. So yeah, just wait for the installation and go through this process so that you have fair idea about how to start if you choose Ruby and Rails. You can see now the application has been created, and you can see the folder structure inside the app. You will find view, model, controller. As I mentioned, that Rails is MVC based application framework. So yeah, let's proceed with the next steps. Once this app is created, you need to make sure that bundle install happen so that we can run the application. Sorry, you can see that it's not able to locate the gem file. So basically we need to make sure that we are going inside the student registration app. And then you can say bundle install. It's done. Now Rails db create. You can see that created the database development SQLite and test SQLite. Two databases are created. Now we can start the server. So Rails server, and again it's mentioned over here, and once it's started you can just go to the localhost and this page is visible to you. You can see the installation Rails version, and that means that everything works fine till now. Now we need to create basically once page for the students, and for that we need to create the database, we need to create the model, we need to create the controller, and all this can be done using one tool called Scaffold. And so here if you look this tool, this command, it says that Rails generates scaffold student. So student is going to be the model or the class, and then it's going to have the enrollment number, first name, last name, date of birth, email, and phone number. So let's copy this and run this. Before that we need to stop the server and then we can run this. So first of all, it's created the view controller, even it's created the test cases, and then it's created the controller for student, and finally we have done bundle install for the running the application, then db create and migrate, uh, which means that the student is created in the database itself. Once it's done, we can simply say Rails server and start the server to check this. So right now, if you run localhost, this will give you the default page, and then after that you can just type student, and you can see now the student is up. But let's suppose if you are getting any error, what you can do is you can run this commands to make sure that cache is cleared and there is nothing has been coming from the cache. So you can clear the cache and then maybe run the application in the incognito window, and that's all. I think after that we need to do certainly some changes. You can see here, by the way, that you should be able to create new student, say enrollment number. I will take my name, comma, maybe date of birth, something like student. You can see one student has been created. You can go back and create another one, say something like Rahul Singh, or sorry, enrollment number will be the first one, then maybe Rahul Kumar. Date of birth, you can keep something for the testing right now, and then @gmail.com. We haven't done any validation, so you can type anything over here, but definitely you can write some validation if you want. So back to the student, and you can see 2 students has been created. So let's try to add some css work on this. Yeah, one more thing. Right now, if you go to the 300 port, it's give you this. To make sure that on the landing page itself you are coming to the student page, what you need to do is you can simply go to commits and see my last commit on the student app. So here it is. There is a one in the router ts. Sorry, let's open the Visual Studio for doing the changes, and I will give the folder where I have installed this new app. Select folder. I will control P is for searching the file, and I will say route, and here I need to add a line, something like which I have mentioned here. So I will say root is my student, and once I save it, I can simply go and check that out. So it says yeah, so in the localhost itself you are getting the student now. So that's great. Now for any css work, so let's suppose if we want to introduce some layout over here, header and footer. So for that you need to create, so in the view, so go to the app, inside the view there is a layout, and here is the application.html.erb. so this is the body which is getting render right now. We can just add something here for the header and footer for here. Before that, let's create a new folder and name it as shared, so that we can keep the shared components over here. And then I will go to the GitHub and copy that layouts simply. So I'll say footer.html.erb, footer.html.erb. ERB is for embedded Ruby. Then I will create another file for header.html.erb, and I just don't want to write everything from the scratch. It's already available here. It's just plain header with some CSS work. So I will just keep it over here, and then header. Here, and then in ERB you can see there is a syntax for adding this render. I'm giving the folder name over here, so you can see and then footer will be at bottom, and I save it now, and I think it should get reflected over here. Yeah, you can see. So this is the main application file where you can introduce any of the layout. Let's suppose if you want a nav bar over here or a chat window over here, everything is possible. Just keep remember, this is a very important file. Yeah, I think that's all I have. And if you don't want to install everything from the scratch, I will what you can do is you can just clone the URL. I think here you have this URL with you, so just copy this JSPM till JSPM, go to any directory where you want to do this. So I'm just keeping it as a new folder. Before that I will just terminate the server so that it's not running anymore. And then what you can do here is just try to pull everything from the get. So you can say get clone, and you can paste this URL. So it will automatically get everything from the get. You can see here inside the JSPM, here is the application which I have committed. You can go CMD and simply say Rails serve, and in this process basically you haven't done anything. It's automatically you are fetching everything from the get, and if you run this will have a little different UI where I have created the div. I think it's coming from the cache. So just wait a minute, I will just terminate this. Okay, and I will terminate this as well, this as well, this as well, and CMD CMD. So D, I have created new folder. Inside that I have JSPM. Under that we have student app, and here I will try to clear the cache. GitHub. I will copy these commands. I will run this command, and then get process is not recognized. Okay, maybe let's try to run it again. Rails server, and now I will just open an incognito window and say localhost. Yeah, you can see, and this says here we are not getting any students because this is the different application which we have just downloaded from the GitHub. And if you try to create anything from here, it will save in different data base because it's a totally different UI. So here you can see it's a div. Yeah, so that's all I have. If you have any questions, just write me back to me, or maybe you can drop an email to me. Thank you guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye.